Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Robotic Foot Soldier from Playmates Toys. That's right, the Robo Foot joined the TMNT toy line. It's the foot soldiers upgraded by the Krang technology as seen in the recent episodes of the Nickelodeon cartoon series. As you can see, the Robo Foot comes on that same style Nick Turtles blister card packaging, featuring that bright green and purple color scheme with the Nick Turtles logo at the top and the blister bubble fully showcasing the action figure within. The back of that package gives us a little bio on the Robotic Foot Soldier, and below that we get a look at the several different figures that are currently available in the Nick Turtles lineup. Alright, more army builders for the collection. I'm always a big fan of getting more troops like this, and since the foot soldiers have now been running around as robots in the new cartoon series, it was only a matter of time before we got this done in action figure form, and I'm very happy to finally see it. So taking a look at this guy outside of the packaging, you'll notice that he is very similar to the other version of the foot soldier we already received, with one major difference being the fact that he is equipped with 4 arms. Some of the other differences, of course, also feature that little battle damage that's seen right there on the front of his shirt and the front of his right thigh that's exposing the metallic silver robotic parts underneath with sort of like that pink glow there of the Krang technology that's being used. The paint job on the figure is pretty good. Now, all of the black on there is a very basic black, so there's no extra details on the sculpt whatsoever. The eyes are just a solid red color, and he's got the red headband going around his forehead there. However, instead of the little foot insignia that we have on the original foot soldier, this particular version just has this little kind of silver square on the front. I'm not sure exactly why the foot emblem was omitted from this guy. Other than that, the forearms and the hands, as well as the leggings and boots, are all done in that kind of regular gray color there, just a light gray. But then the exposed robotic parts underneath look really nice because they are done in this very shiny silver color. And then we've got that nice bright pink that's also kind of worked in there. So it's a really nice looking figure. Looks very similar to the other foot soldier we already received as far as his paintwork and everything goes, with the added difference of that little silver exposed robotic part there. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the articulation on this guy. It's a little bit different since he's got 4 arms. The head's on a nice little ball joint there, which allows him to look left and right and even look up and down, which is really cool. He's got those ball-like joints at the shoulders of his regular arms there, so they can go outwards, move forwards, and backwards. He doesn't really have a lot of articulation other than that in the arms. You'll notice that the forearms kind of move left and right a little bit at the elbow, but not very much. You really can't get a lot of motion out of the arms. They're pretty much static besides that. The other arms that are on his back are also on little ball joints that are plugged into his back there. And they've got the same hinge joints. So not only can they roll around on his back, but you can also get them to move forwards and backwards, up and down. And again, there's no other articulation on the rest of the arm. But you can get a good range of motion with those ball joints there. He swivels at the waist, both left and right. He's got the hinge joints at the thighs, so the legs can go outwards, move forwards and backwards. But again, no other articulation below the thighs. So the knees do not bend, the ankles don't move, anything like that. So it's pretty basic articulation for the most part, but it's pretty cool the way you can pose around the arms there. Another thing that's really neat about those extra arms, those ball joints are removable. So it's very easy just to pop the arms right off of his back if you want to. That way you can pose your robotic foot soldier without all 4 arms, because they do run around as regular 2-armed ninjas at some point before the 4 arms kind of pop out. So that way you can even pop those out, or you can even maybe have them dismembered during a battle with the Ninja Turtles there, and then it's very easy just to pop those joints right back into socket. And it's really neat kind of seeing all the different ways you can pose the arms around there, have them coming over the tops of his shoulders or underneath his other arms. It works out pretty well for the most part. Now, he does include 4 accessories, all of these being attachments for his hands. You'll notice he's got a whole array of different weapons here, including a little drill, a little mace ball, a saw, and a little sickle. Now, all of these are done in just a solid gray plastic, and they're a very gummy, very soft plastic. I assume this might be a mixture of both safety standards, so they're not too sharp, but also so that they plug onto the hands a little better. The way it works actually is they just fit right over the hands, and it actually fits nice and snug because it's that rubbery plastic, so it holds pretty well. You can put them on any of the hands you want to, so there's no right or wrong way to do it, and of course you can kind of mix and match it, so that way there's lots of different ways you can pose the foot soldier around here. You can have them with all 4 arms with different weapons on each hand, or you can have them just with a couple weapons out or just one weapon out. The possibilities are pretty endless with this guy. I mean, there's a lot of different combinations that you can do, which is really cool because of all the different ways we see them in the cartoon series. Alright guys, it's comparison time. Just so you can see the difference between the two, here he is standing alongside the standard foot soldier that came out at the very beginning of the Nick Turtles toy line. You'll notice that there is slight differences in the paint deco there, specifically the red used on the eyes and of course that bandana difference that I already pointed out, but otherwise they look very similar except for the addition of the extra arms and the battle damage. So there you go, my friends. There's a look at the brand new Robo Foot, part of the Nick Turtles toy line. I really like this guy. I think it's a great twist of the foot soldier, and it gives us another new army builder for the lineup. It's really cool thinking about the possibilities of getting several of these guys to arm up your collection, and since they've got removable extra arms and they've got all those different attachments, you could really get every one of your foot soldiers kind of looking slightly different from one another and build up a really cool Robo Foot army to stand alongside your Shredder. The possibilities there sound pretty exciting, so I'm probably going to be picking up more of these as soon as I can track them down. These are starting to hit retail stores right now, but they're a little tough to find, but give it some time. I'm sure just like all the other figures, these will be hitting stores in mass once they kind of get out there a little bit, so they'll be a little bit easier to find. So happy hunting, my friends, and until next time.
Oh.